Print on demand has changed a lot. And if you've been feeling what used to work isn't working anymore, you're not wrong. When I first started, honestly, it was a lot easier. You could take something super simple, literally like the word mom on a shirt, and it would sell. And it's not because those designs were amazing. Trust me, my designs needed a lot of work in the beginning of my print on demand business. It's because there just wasn't that much competition yet. The platform wasn't saturated, and I really don't like using that word because I still feel like it's not super saturated, but there's ways of getting around the saturation now. However, it was less saturated. But here's the thing, I don't think saturation is a bad thing. It just means you have to be more intentional. So instead of getting frustrated and thinking print on demand doesn't work anymore, I just realized, okay, the way I approach things just has to change. Just like any business, every single business out there is constantly evolving. You don't just quit because something stops working. You have to figure out how you can adapt and continue to grow. It's not a reason to throw in the towel. And I know a lot of people got frustrated and left Etsy platform. And that's kind of sad because if they stuck around a little bit longer and figured out what still works or what needs to change, they could still be there and they could still be pretty successful. So I hope this video finds you in a place where maybe you're thinking this doesn't work anymore and I catch you in time before you quit. I'm going to walk you through everything that's changed, how we can fix it in this video. So here's what's different now. You can't just pick any random niche, throw a quick design together, upload it, and expect it to sell. That's the biggest shift. Now it's more about being specific, being intentional, and actually thinking about what people want to buy. There are 3 things that matter now more than ever. Number 1, you need to be more intentional with your niche. It can't just be dog lover or mom. That's way too broad and saturated now. Can you still list in those niches? Absolutely. But it needs to be geared towards more specific identities, specific interests, and specific groups of people. You also have to pay attention to trends, events, and the things that people are interested in now. It needs to be ongoing. It's ever changing. So some listings that you put up will be evergreen and have the chance to sell forever and ever, hopefully. But then there's going to be some listings that fade out because it's just not what people are interested in anymore. And that's okay. But that's why we need to continue to keep up with the times, keep up with the trends, keep up with the events, and keep up with the demand of different interests. Quick little pause here. If you're still watching this video, can you do me a huge favor? In the comment section below, type in "keep going." This way I know that you are here with me at this point in the video. And 2, it helps push my video along to more people who might benefit from it. So thank you. The second thing that matters even more now is design. Designs matter a lot more than they used to. Not in a complicated way, but in a matched way. What I mean by that is your design should fully be matching your niche. There's certain design aesthetics that go with certain niches, and there's certain aesthetics that clash with certain niches. The aesthetics matter, the fonts matter, the overall vibe matters, because people aren't just buying the phrase anymore, they're buying how it looks and how it feels. Number 3 is SEO, and if you don't know what that is, that stands for search engine optimization. Basically, it's how people find your listings. Because even if you have a good niche or a good design, if you don't have good SEO, then no one will ever find your product. Therefore, it's not going to sell. So making sure your titles and tags are set up properly is what actually brings the traffic in. And these are the 3 main things I have really had to focus on the past few years to keep my shops going. And if you want a full step-by-step breakdown of how I do these 3 things, I put it in my bestseller blueprint bundle. Inside that, I go deeper into how to find niches like a bestseller, how to design it in a way that actually connects, and how to set up your SEO so your listings can get seen. It's basically 3 courses in one, and it's powerful, guys. I put my heart and soul and blood, sweat, tears and experience on Etsy all into this bundle. If you want to learn more about this bundle, I'm going to link it below. But now let's talk about what's actually better now. So much that's improved over time is the printing and the products that we have access to. When I first started using Printify, honestly, there weren't that many options. If you're coming into print on demand now, it's a beautiful time. I don't want you to think that it's too hard to become successful or that it's too saturated, because like I said, I teach how to navigate that part of it. When you're coming into print on demand now, it's amazing because the product selection is insane. With Printify, there's hundreds of products that you can choose from. You can sell t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, tote bags, blankets, phone cases, and so much more. And make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet, because I test out all of these products and I do tutorials on all of these products so that you can add them successfully to your own Etsy shops. But the beautiful thing is, even when a niche, like a big broad niche, let's say the teacher niche, feels super competitive, you can still stand out by testing different types of products. And even if you want to still sell t-shirts and sweatshirts like myself, there are still ways to stand out with t-shirts and sweatshirts. But it really comes down to that niche selection and the design aesthetics, the SEO, and then also sometimes adding different variations to your t-shirts and sweatshirts, such as embroidery or sleeve designs. There really are so many ways that you can still be successful with print on demand in 2026. I promise you. And adding different product types to my shops is something that I started to do over time. T-shirts and sweatshirts are still my biggest sellers though. But by adding in other products, it allowed me to expand and test new ideas. So print on demand hasn't stopped working. It's just evolved. And we have to move along with it, guys. Just like anything in life, we got to adapt and we got to keep it moving. The people who are still doing well with it are the people that adapted. They got more specific, more intentional, more strategic. And if you're willing to do that, there is opportunity here for you. You just have to approach it differently than before. You can't be toe dipping. If you're just dipping your toes into it, you're not going to be successful. You need to go all in, and you deserve to go all in, because it can seriously change your life. I hope that this video helped you. And if for some wild reason you don't have your Etsy print on demand shop up yet, what are you waiting for? I made it so easy for you. In the description below, there is a link to my free step-by-step tutorial on how to set everything up. I basically hold your hand through the whole process. So stop procrastinating and get your shop up today. And if you have your Etsy shop up and running and you're still struggling to make sales, I offer Etsy shop reviews where I go through your shop. I send you a video recording of it. I talk about the things that you are doing right. I find the things that are hurting your sales and let you know how to fix those things, with a bunch of other gems along the way. If you're interested in learning more about my Etsy shop reviews, again, with the link in my description below, you can learn more. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in more Etsy and print on demand tips. Give this video a like if you got something out of it. And of course, I'll see you in the next video.